we welcome Congressman Hakeem Jeffries. We last caught up to him when he was running for office. I guess congratulations. You're now in Washington.
Okay, good to see you again.
A number of issues we want to talk to you about. First, we're going to actually begin with local politics and in Brooklyn. You supported Bill Thompson in the mayor's race. Now there has been this pressure on him to drop out, as you know, because of trying to unify the Democrats. There was a strategy meeting Thursday night. Where do things stand with you and the Thompson campaign?
Well, Bill de Blasio ran a compelling race, spoke to some issues that are of great significance to New Yorkers, and he should be commended for his first-place finish. But there's a democratic process that still has to play itself out.
Some of your assemblymen there in Brooklyn that you know well have already thrown their support, trying to unify the Democrats, saying this could be a tougher race. Do you worry about that and, you know, blood spilling and that, or delaying the launch of the Democratic campaign for mayor?
Not at all. I think at the end of the day, we all understand that we've got to move past 20 years of Bloomberg and Giuliani and take the city in a different direction. And whether that's Bill de Blasio or Bill Thompson, at the end of the day, we'll be unified.
So you think he should stay in until we know the vote count?
Well, I think he should definitely stay in until we at least know what the accurate machine count is as a result of what occurred on primary day, and we won't know that until at some point after midnight on Friday.
Okay, all right. Let me ask you about the Brooklyn DA's race. You supported Ken Thompson. I mean, this was a seismic shift when you think about it in terms of the district attorney's office. Usually they leave office on their own terms. He was voted out of office.
Well, D.A. Hines had a very good run, did some innovative things throughout his 23 years in office, but I believed and the voters believed that it was time for a change. You know, Ken Thompson has got the experience as well as the energy to build upon the things that have been successfully done by D.A. Hines, but also take the office in a new and innovative direction. And so I was pleased that the voters came to that conclusion. I think it's the first time that an elected district attorney in Brooklyn had been defeated within the last 100 years. He's also the first African-American district attorney to be elected in Brooklyn. And so it was a good day, historic day, and I'm confident that Ken Thompson will do great things.
Let's go down to Washington for a second. The week closed out with reports that Speaker Boehner is trying to get some Democrats' help to unify his Republicans, try to avoid a government shutdown. I don't know if most viewers are aware of that. You only have a few legislative days to work on it. Give us an update on that. It seems to be that the Obama health care plan is an issue between Republicans and Democrats still.
Well, we actually have only 4 legislative days on the calendar to avert a government shutdown that could occur if we don't reach an agreement as to funding the government by September 30th. It's unfortunate that the House majority continues to conduct itself in such a dysfunctional way, where there's an inability to deal with basic issues of moving the country, the economy forward. Now, we voted 41 times to repeal Obamacare in the House of Representatives over the last several years. That's the classic definition of legislative insanity, doing the same thing over and over and over again, but expecting a different result. The Affordable Care Act is the law of the land, is here to stay, and it should not get in the way of us being able to move forward and fund the government.
We also have a plan afoot to keep the sequestration cuts extended longer, but some Democrats oppose that. Many Democrats oppose
We absolutely oppose that. I mean, sequestration has affected the economy. It's a slow burn. There was an independent study that just came out a few days ago suggesting that if it were to remain in place for the next year, we would lose as many as 1.5, 1.6 jobs. We can't afford that. Things have gotten better. But there's still a long way to go in terms of the economic recovery, and sequestration is an obstacle in that regard.
Finally, let me ask you about Syria now as we look to see if there can be a diplomatic solution to this. But did the Obama administration get outmaneuvered on this? How did they respond to this in your eyes? Even some members of his own party had reservations.
Well, I think that the administration has done an admirable job in a very difficult circumstance. There's 4 steps along this process. First, I'm convinced that the Assad regime did use chemical weapons on its own people, gassing innocent civilians in a Damascus suburb. They've convinced me of that based on the information that I've seen publicly and in classified briefings.
Were you prepared to vote for some military intervention?
Well, no. I think that, secondly, that was a violation of international law. There's got to be consequences. But the 4th step, the most significant one, is military action appropriate at this time? And I'm still deliberating on that matter.
Congressman Hakeem Jeffries, stop back by, would you?
Thank you very much, David.
All right. Good to see you.